Hello and good evening. Um, Jumping on this evening to talk about why I find it so beneficial to integrate essential oils into my Pilates and movement practice. I found, I fell in love with Pilates and movement integration in 2006, and then happened upon through research essential oils in 2013, and I found that they integrate very well together as I researched and did more studies on it, because our sense of smell is directly connected to the part of our is our connected to our limbic brain, our limbic lobe in our brain, and that's our emotional control center. So that's where anxiety, the area that controls like anxiety and depression, fear, anger, joy, they all originate in our limbic brain, and our sense of smell is directly wired to that center of our brain. And so that's where all of our emotional memories are stored. And sometimes I think we don't think about the how our emotions can affect our bodies and our body's movement and the states of our bodies. So from that standpoint, if we just look at the fact of, think about being anxious, or, something that, causes you stress, or maybe causes you anger, and notice how it feels in the body. Especially those, I feel like with anger or stress can create, for me, I can feel tension and rigidity in the body. So if we're tense and rigid and then we're trying to move, it can, hinder our ease of movement, and how well we do a movement. So that's why I love integrating the essential oils in, because of that fact that when we inhale them, it's going right into that emotional control center of our brain. So it can help. If we think about those emotions, that part of our brain is connected to parts of our body that controls our heart rate, our blood pressure, our breathing, memory, stress levels, and our hormonal balance. So if we can go in and maybe with something that helps us maybe feel a little bit more joyful, or that helps calm us, or helps us have more focus and concentration. If our heart rate is up or our blood pressure is up, that's typically signifying that we might be struggling with some stress or some anxiety. And so then if we're able to inhale an oil that helps us regulate that a little bit, or find a more joyful or easeful mood, then we're able to move more freely, and it helps our overall well-being. So for me, that's what Pilates to me taught me in the very beginning, is to have that overall well-being. And it wasn't just about the movement, but the whole body, and the integration of moving inward before moving outward. So having an inward event, and that can be an inward event from muscular connection and turn on, but in this instance, that inner event might be inhaling essential oil to help calm our anxiety, and thus lowering our our blood pressure, possibly helping us breathe more efficiently, and control our stress level a little bit more. So that's some of the reasons I like to integrate the oils in it. So you could think of like, so I have peppermint, that's one I use a lot for a number of reasons. But in this instance, if we were thinking about it just from the standpoint of maybe eliciting a healthful response in our body, and that scents and fragrances can, they can bring back memories that are joyful and that will help us in that standpoint. So peppermint, could be, it just makes us feel good because it smells like candy. It smells like that candy cane at Christmas time, and that just makes us feel really, really happy and very joyful. But it might not make you feel happy and joyful if you choked on a peppermint one time. So peppermint might not be the one that helps you, or that's beneficial to you. So it's also learning which oils we can use that helps give us the most healthful response. So just wanted to kind of go over a little bit of why I like integrating the oils into movement practice, and partially that's from my own experimentation of using them, and then offering them to clients that never force a use. It's always a if you want to, and but just that connection into our emotional control center. And when we're more emotionally, I won't even say stable, just in a better emotional space, then our movement can be a lot more beneficial. We can be a lot more aware of our movements so that they give us a little bit more help or space. And so if you have essential oils on hand, I would highly recommend trying to integrate those into some of your practices, and just notice, if it could be something as simple as it helps you concentrate on your movement a little bit better. It could be that it helps calm you after a stressful day, so that you're able to focus more on your movement. Because it's important for us to focus on our exercise and our movements, and not just check out, because that's when we can injure ourselves or hurt ourselves, and that's a whole nother video, right, or a whole nother discussion. But just helping us find maybe a little bit more calm in our day, and help us kind of remove some of the chaos that might be going on, so that we can be more mindful, and we can connect into our movements so that they're a lot more beneficial for us, so that we're able to find more ease, and thus find more uniform muscle engagement to benefit us as we age also. So that we can age with grace instead of pain and injury and surgeries, but so that our movements are going to benefit us through that. And if it's something that interests you and you want to learn more, I have a little 30-minute movement and integrated oil practice that we'll be doing this Thursday at 9 a.m. I'll put the link in, and if that's something you'd like to give a go, then I would love for you to register and join us. And even if you can't make it live, still register so that you'll get the recording, and then you can do a little bit of a routine with some oil integration on your own time. So wish you a very blessed evening, and look forward to seeing you Thursday in class. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.